All right, what is going on, y'all? We got Antoine, aka the big fella here. And on to the right side of your screen there, we have Jeff Davis from Pond Predator Nation. He's going to be our special guest tonight. He's actually down there at the East Tennessee Fishing Show and Expo. He's going to tell us a little about what he's been seeing. He has some stuff to show us as well. I'm super excited. I got my phone here. I'm going to be taking some notes as well. We're going to go ahead and talk. But I got to get my weekend kicked off first. So we got to go ahead and get my cigar lit. Tonight we got a Tatiana Vanilla.
Oh, nice. I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, I came across this brand just by sheer happenstance. I saw one that was grape, and I was like, grape. I'll rock with it. And then I was away from home for the grape one. Then all they had was grape. But I got here, they had like rum, vanilla, chocolate. One called Nightcap. That one was really good. But I got the last one I had was rum. I bought like 5 of them, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke with this one tonight. I feel like it would pair pretty good with the Royal Blackberry.
Crown. Oh yes, sir. I know all about that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Blackberry Crown. But I've been on a little moonshine kick. I get that pepper. I'm a big fan of. I love pineapple. Pineapple is one of my favorite fruits.
Yeah.
And that Old Smoky pineapple moonshine, it hits nice. Absolutely nice. I wish I had some now with me. They got my sister kind of got us started on that when she started like the cookies and cream.
Oh yeah.
That? And that was a crazy Christmas when we started that. Then we went to the cookie dough. But yeah, I got that pineapple moonshine, and then she started those. They make the little Old Smoky miniatures. Like the blackberry. That blackberry is good with some lemonade. They got like a strawberry cream. The orange one's okay, and then like a chocolate cappuccino top one. But I mean, I never thought I'd say this. I'm in bourbon country, but I like my share of bourbon. But that moonshine's got me right now.
Yeah, that moonshine is great. When you said the orange, is it like an orange cream?
Yeah, it's like an orange creamsicle.
Yeah, that one's going to have to be like very close to frozen for me to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I put it. Of course, all my alcohol goes in the freezer or the fridge anyway. But especially with the cream, and I did with the pineapple, the blackberry. I just put it in the fridge. One thing I will not suggest is the key lime. That key lime one is nasty, absolutely nasty. And who in their right mind would do pickle moonshine? Pickle.
Yeah. I have a family member that loves pickles, and I was like, I like pickles, but pickles and moonshine to me don't mix.
Well, I used to love pickles, but I mean, like bread and butter or something spicy. I'm like dill pickles. No, I can't do that. I just don't sit, especially since after sleeve surgery, it just don't. There's certain things that can't settle with me right.
Yeah,
and that's one of them, including like you're technically not supposed to be drinking carbonation, but like I'll drink Code Red, and this will last me all day and then some, just sipping on it. But sometimes you just need that caffeine kick instead of just tea. But the moonshine, that's especially if you can get some of the good homemade stuff. Like I can't reveal sources on it, but I get homemade apple pie and peach pie, man. That stuff is so smooth. It's just like you're drinking the juice itself. You bet you gotta watch yourself, because 2 or 3 passes on that, and you get up and you're like, whoa, what have you done?
Yeah. Or if you eat the fruit out of it, people around here, they'll make it with the fruit in it.
Yeah.
And you can get your fork, get down in there, and eat the fruit, and you'll be leaning sideways a little bit too.
Yep, most definitely. So what else has been going on with you?
Not a whole lot. Everything around here is absolutely frozen over. I actually tried to go hit a pond, a couple ponds. I just filled the truck up, and I said, I'm gonna find me a body of water to fish in. I hit a couple ponds, completely iced over. If you follow me on Snapchat,
Yeah.
I actually like took a giant. I was taking giant rocks and like chucking them in the air, trying to break the ice to be able to fish, and couldn't get a not one rock to go through. And I was like, I know what, the river shouldn't be frozen because that's moving water. I got there, that was frozen. I was like, I guess it's just not meant to be today.
Yeah. I took a few rods with me. Like coming down to Tennessee. Of course, I had a little mini arsenal with me for
Yeah.
different purposes. And on the way, the way I go, there's a place called Cedar Creek Lake. It's not a super huge lake, but
Mhm.
usually we have some good results. And even in the coldest, you're able to go and at least get something, into the water. But I pulled up my thing and I pulled around to the ramp, and I was like, well, some of it looked, you can tell it was frozen, but other
Yeah.
parts it looked like it was just regular water. Let me tell you what, I casted that rod out and I casted about 20, 30 yards, and all of a sudden it started skipping, just like I was skipping rocks, and it skipped for another 20 and just stopped. I was like, well, that's it. That's a wrap. So that's
Yeah.
the first time I'd ever seen that. But man, I'm definitely ready for some warm weather. But this is definitely going to be the first of many. We've been talking about doing this and trying to link up to do this for a long time now. I think
Yeah.
we'll at least start doing this at least once a month. And once it
Hmm.
warms up, we can do some side by side fishing, and then eventually we can start doing it while we're fishing together in the same spot.
Yeah.
Because I know you're wanting to hit the 50 states, and I don't think you hadn't hit Kentucky yet, have you?
Not yet. And I was planning on it. I had my the company I work for is based out of Kentucky in Bardstown.
Yeah,
And I was like, I want to take me a couple rods out there, fish while I'm out there. And but the way it ended up happening was I left like midday Thursday, got there like late Thursday night, and then got my work vehicle, and then we just drove home Friday. I had
yeah.
another coworker go with me, and I was like, I guess no time for fishing.
Well, the next time you do that, you would definitely need to hit me up because Bardstown's not but like an hour away
Ooh.
from it, and we can get you on some smallmouth. There's nice killer smallmouth creeks. You ain't got to worry about your kayak because I've got two.
All right.
I know you're dealing with the kayaks, so I want to take you to a couple of spots that they're slow moving. I don't really like to mess with the fast moving water.
Yeah.
And, they're slow moving, and there's definitely fish, and we can do some wading and stuff too. And and actually, coincidentally, a few of my spots are right by distilleries
Nice.
because Kentucky's bourbon country, and where I live at's right on the bourbon belt. I mean,
Yeah.
20 minutes away is Wild Turkey. 20
Oh
minutes
yeah.
away is Four Roses. 45 is Buffalo. No, an hour is Buffalo Trace. 45 is Maker's Mark, and everything all between. It's all within driving distance here.
Yeah.
So, and there's like I said, there's tons of good fishing, and it gets you on a few tours. Now I can't be responsible, what happens on those tours, but I
Yeah.
will make sure we got a deep. We can sober up while we're fishing and do it that way.
Yeah.
So we got anybody in here today yet?
Yeah, we got a few people. Soul King Anime joins. It was good.
Well, welcome.
He said he hadn't. I'm not sure who he is. He might be referring to you. Said he hadn't heard from you in a long time.
Yeah, well, I hadn't heard from you either. I do apologize. Uh, for those of you that have followed me, I used to upload videos at least 2-3 times a week. I was fishing 4 to 5 times, but I'm a firm believer, and Antoine is too, about family and personal life being first.
Yeah.
And so once my daughter arrived, family first, and your fishing time comes down, it gets cut down. So uh, uh, I cherish every chance I get to go. I'll still take a rod with me wherever I go. So even if I got 15, 20 minutes, I'm out there trying to do something. And so I apologize for that. So anybody again that's following me, and planning up my plan in the next couple of weeks is to start going through my stockpiled footage that I had when I was building up to right before my daughter was born. I got some good stuff in there. Some first time fishing and baits that I painted myself. Some first time Nico baits and fishing I've used in certain areas. Some good catches and stuff in there, and we'll get those up and posted and going, and we'll keep moving on and go from there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Big Fella for having me up on here, and it's going to go nothing but up from here.
Yeah, this is bound. It definitely needed to happen. It's been too long. I should have been doing this sooner, but like schedules always didn't line up. But it's definitely great to have you on here. That is for sure.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, a little bit of history. Me and I started watching Big Fella years ago, and we got to talking and going back and forth. And our first actual interaction outside of YouTube was I brought him on as a pro team member for an Eternal Anglers, which was an apparel company that was based out of California. So he was with us to the duration for there till they just decided to shut down, and we've just kept a little friendship here. And he's getting ready to join ranks again with me and with Nico, and one of the best soft plastic company out there. You'll see some of the stuff that we've got out, that new stuff for the show, and I'll show that in a little bit when we get to talking more about it. But if you hadn't already started following, for guys that are following, you joining from my channel, because we're streaming for both channels right now. You need to seriously link up and hit Big Fella with a nice subscribe, hit that bell and that thumbs up. He does.
Sure.
He's kind of along the lines of me. He does a lot of family stuff, cooking stuff. He's got a second channel as well.
Yeah, I think I'm streaming over there too, if I'm not mistaken. I can never tell where all the comments are coming from.
Yeah, that's the thing about StreamYard. It's kind of crazy when it comes to that. But he's also he does give guys know how to do giveaways too. Well, he does one on a monthly basis. I can say I've actually won at least I think 2 of them from the
I
Big
think
Fella
so. Yeah.
When he started doing the Big Fella, and then when he used to do the combine the monster mystery boxes. And
Yeah.
he's a great guy. And there's he's actually done a few boxes of that had some of my lures in it. And then as soon as I can get them sent to him, there's going to be a Pond Predator exclusive Big Fella box for another month winning, along with some other special prizes that you guys will love, as far as some good bass plastics, and that'll work for bass and crappie and you name it. But again, I'm going to say thank you again for having me on. I'm glad we finally did it. And I've proposed it before, and I'm going to do it again. But I think we need to do at least our 2, at least once a month, once every other month, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Because he's in Virginia. I'm in Kentucky. That's where I'm based out of. But I do. I travel. I'm from North Carolina, so I travel down there. I'm currently in Tennessee for the East Tennessee show. I'll be going to Columbus in a couple of weeks too. So I'm kind of all over the place. Just enjoying it, fishing and doing what I love to do, and just meeting people.
Yeah, especially like when they got something in common, like fishing. I feel like you can turn a fishing buddy into a best friend like that. It's so easy.
Real quick. Even if you don't like fishing by if you're a solo guy, it never hurts to have somebody else. You can go solo, still have somebody there, and they can be, 20, 30, 40 yards away from you fishing too. I can still link up, because I'm telling you, you never know. You might get that big PB, and you want somebody to take a picture, or something might happen. I'm going to use Antoine with the kayak. it's always good to the kayak and have a partner with you. That way they can
Yeah,
help you out. And so that's one thing I'll say on that. And the fishing
yeah,
community is small, but it's growing. And there's a lot of good people out there. And now there's a lot of bad ones out there, but there's
yeah.
a lot more good than bad. Um, and but that's it. That's it. So what you got planned for the weekend right off the bat?
Funny you mentioned that. My about a week or two ago, I had posted on Facebook. You know those things where it's like if your wife doesn't see this or answer to it in an hour, she owes you a fishing rod.
Yeah,
She doesn't get on Facebook much, so I posted that knowing she wouldn't see it. Thinking she saw it like a few hours later, and she was joking about having to take me to get a fishing rod, but she's actually going to make good on that tomorrow, and she's going
really?
to take me to either Bass Pro Shop or Sportsman and actually buy me a fishing rod.
Oh,
So I'm
nice.
super excited about that.
You got a certain type you want to look for? Or,
I'm down a catfish rod right now, so we'll probably look into that. But I noticed some of the my spinning tackle, like the tips break off and getting snagged in the trunk or something like that, and
yeah.
I'll probably be replacing those tomorrow. She doesn't know that yet, but
Just,
might be replacing those.
so that, yeah, she can take care of the big rod, and you can take care of the other ones.
Yeah, let me
I
make
do
sure
that.
she's not here in the chat. See if you heard that. I don't see her.
You did not hear this, Miss Big Fella. You did not hear any of this. Just remember, nothing happened. Well, we are, like I told you before, and you guys have heard, I'm currently in Knoxville, Tennessee, at the East Tennessee Fishing Show. If you guys haven't ever been to a fishing show like somebody like my gracious host here, which will shock you,
Yeah.
uh, it did me when he told me. Um, these fishing shows are basically like picture Black Friday with people there in a like mindedness, looking for the next big thing and looking for deals. Main thing is deals. When you go to these things, you've got different levels of vendors out there. You've got ones that are your basic ones. We call them like swap meet booths, where they go and buy discounted stuff, or go to places like if you have all these around you, a small fishing say, how discounted that stuff can be. Well, they might go buy all that and rod combinations and stuff like that. And then they'll basically open up a mini flea mall in their booth. And then there's places that will do plastics like that, and they plastics by the pound or by the piece. Like there's one spot they're selling tubes for 50 cent a piece, and then two down they've got one where they're selling Cincos by the pound. I think it's like $10.
Well, no. What happened? I think we lost Jeff.
Second. There we go.
There
I'm
we
back.
go. That was
But
weird.
like I said, you get stuff like that where they're generic stuff where people are looking for that bargain buy, where you're just wanting to get as much as possible for bang for their buck. So you can like get it, or they'll mix it up and say, okay, everything them I have 15 or 20 items, barrels. Like one has literally got barrels set up, and there's like one's got Cincos, one's got crawls, one's got grubs, one's got Neds or something like that. And you walk around with a paper sack, and you got a little scoop. You scoop it up, put what you want, and then you go and weigh it up. I mean, that's a nice way to quick buck. But me personally, I don't know about you, but I like saving my money and using it when it's
Yeah.
utilize it the most. And we can get into the top level stuff a little bit later on. But there's tons of places for rods. They're selling just rods. Some are selling like combos. Like I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to combos, usually if it's not a custom deal, I'm getting either a 13 or an Abu Garcia in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Last year I was a big fan of Code 13. I had some neon blacks.
Mm-hmm.
the ultralight edition, and what is one of the best combos I'd ever had. And I went to this reservoir. That was 2 years ago when I did that, and I thought I hooked on a big carp or catfish on it. I was throwing a Helgermite, and I ended up hooking up on a tree for some reason. And I didn't want to walk the 30 yards out to try to snag it, so I got about 10 yards in, walking because it was summertime, and so the water was still warm. And I was yanking, and next thing I know, that rod just snapped. I was like, oh my gosh. And at the time at Walmart, they were like $65, $70 a pop.
Yeah.
Because I mean, one thing about me is, I like saving when I can. And my first bait casting combo up here was an Abbey Garcia Black Mice, and I paid $80 for it. And that kind of started my Abu Creek. But I was using a Hank Parker spinning combo for $25 before I did that. That was my first spinning combo when I moved up here.
Yeah.
So I'm not above using that stuff, but you can get good deals here and there. But last year, I got me and Scott were on the hunt for some good combos, creek combos. We came across this guy, and he had Abu Garcia. He had the neon black, neon green, neon ultra. Basically, it's like medium light, medium heavy rods, full spinning combos. They're like $35 a piece. So I had to pick up 2 or 3 of them.
Heck yeah!
And so I did that. And, Scott picked up, I think 4 or 5 too. But he's turned off of them now. Said he won't ever buy them. But I'm still sticking with them. But that's the thing. Don't be afraid that people are spending, man, $200, $300, $400 on a reel alone. 3, 4. I've seen them as low as $200 to a custom rod to up to $500, $600.
Yeah.
So you're looking at almost $1,000 at a combo. Honestly, I couldn't do it. So I mean, don't be afraid. Don't let people shame you about the rod you're using, because honestly, you can catch the same amount of fish, the same type of fish, on the cheapest rod out there, even a cane pole, versus some of the more expensive stuff, and you're not out all that money at the end. It's all about saving money and get the deals. And that's another good part about fishing shows is you can get the deals.
Yeah, when you said you could get Senkos and stuff by the pound, it made me think of the back when I was younger. My dad used to take me to it was like an old country store. Used to get like they called them penny candies, but you like scoop it up and put it in the bag. Yeah, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I never would have thought about that, like with soft plastics or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean they do it. I mean, we had a store like that too. That's still functioning in North Carolina. There's 2 of them now. It's called Mass General Store. It's known as the country's oldest general store, and it's exactly like that. Penny candies, even the newer stuff they've got poured, put in the barrels, and you pay a little bit cheaper prices on them, but it's that same aspect. I kind of like that. I just wish it was better, better quality stuff. I mean, think about it this way. I know you throw brush hogs and stuff from time to time. How many times do you change your baits out after a fish catches you, after you get a fish on?
Me? I'll fish that plastic till the wheels fall off. I'll be honest with you.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, but it breaks, it deteriorates and stuff like that.
I might get a couple fish out of it whole, like craw, for instance. It'll have both claws, like maybe 1 or 2 fish in. Then next thing you know, a claw will be missing, and then a leg.
Yeah. But on the crawls, I kind of like fishing it. I'll purposely sometimes take a claw off the craw just to take a look at it wounded. Bites that way. And even when the claws come off of it, it kind of mimics a shrimp, and you can still do the same thing.
Yeah.
But the East Tennessee show, it is the biggest one around that I know of, that I personally attended. You're talking about over 300 vendors are there. Now, they are 90% of them are fishing related.
Yeah.
Now there are some places that'll sell, like I was telling Antoine earlier, there's a place that if you got a sweet tooth, you can go there and you can get some of the best fudge around, ranging. They got like 50 different fudges they make. Um, and they're based out of North Carolina. But and then right next to him is a guy that does leather stuff. He does belts, he does wallets, hats, all that, and he customizes them. I actually bought a wallet from him the first year I went to Tennessee, and that was like 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
then last year I bought a belt. I might have to. I talked to him today. He told me where, Antoine knows I've shrunk down a considerable amount from where I was at. And he's like, yeah, I can fix you better. We can just get you a brand new one at a really discounted price. So I'm probably going to do one of those too. But and then there's stuff for the girls. There's a couple of earring places. If you're into, cooking and smoking like the big fella, that's something we kind of bond over too. Is we like smoking and grilling.
Yes,
And
sir.
and one of the good companies down there that I've used several times since I've seen them. Put it this way, when my wife came down there for the first time, the first year I went, because coincidentally, just like this year, um, I was recovering from my first back surgery. So I couldn't lift anything and driving and stuff like that. So she was my chauffeur and my bellboy and all that stuff. So when she dropped me off in the mornings, and by the second or third day, they knew her by first name, just because she hitting all up, and she was buying everything from she bought a few hats for herself and some shirts, but she was doing like the fudge thing, the jewelry thing, the seasonings thing. And if you like making those dips like sour cream and stuff,
Hmm.
they weren't up here this year, but last year they had one up there, and same people selling like 30 different types of dips, dip mixes, and that's just some of the other stuff. And then, of course, they got the concession foods and stuff, but the main attractions are, the fishing stuff. They've got boats. They give away a boat every year. Um, Kayaks of all sorts, kayak accessories like there's a Yak Gadget. If you use any of this stuff, Yak Gadget's set up actually in the room that we're at.
Hmm.
Your battery needs, um, life preservers. I mean, but really the sky is the limit when it comes to there. But one thing I've noticed too is it's been like the first year people were there to buy, look at all the baits and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Last year it was kind of a mix, but they were um, mixed, but they were doing a little bit more rides. This year I've noticed they started doing more rides, and then hitting the bait to people, kind of last. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing because the ones that hit us right before we leave, we can usually upsell and get at least a 2, 3, 4 extra packs or something that's out there. Um, yeah, but I wouldn't regret it for what I can't wait to get you out there in it. I'm actually there working in booth. For those of you that don't know, um, my daytime job is I work for Nico Bates, a soft plastics company. They're Japanese based, but they're from Japan. But the all bass related stuff was brainchilded in Virginia, where Antoine's at in Manassas, and they were started testing on the Shenandoah River, and then of course we're testing in Kentucky since I'm here, and several other states around the country too. But that's all the brainchild. Actually, the inventor of the Helgramite, Scott Barrett, he's next door with me in the next room. But I've learned a great deal when it comes to the fishing industry, some ins and outs, and what to do, what not to do, some tips on how to make it better and navigate it a lot.
Yeah.
I do, Antoine knows this, and like I stated before, you guys are. I do paint lures on the side too. That's my relaxation since I can't really get out and fish as much as I used to anymore. It's like a zen moment. So I've got a little booth set up inside the booth for some of my stuff, and um, it's done pretty good. Um, I debuted a few um, new patterns and actually one new bait that I've never had at the show. If you've Guys that are following me from my channel that are actually on my Facebook group, I'll put links to that stuff here in a little bit. I'll probably tag it on this for both of us. Join up on my my Facebook group. You can see some of the stuff that comes out. Anything I paint, I generally put in there, unless a client specifically asks not to share it out.
Yeah.
And then I'll do giveaways from time to time too, and it's fun. And if there's anything specific you like, pattern you like to see, holler at me. I'm getting ready to do videos on those too. So that's another way I can take and use, do more uploads on YouTube. Is just start streaming and live painting, doing paint sessions. So that's basically the same way I learned to paint. Just you watch a lot of YouTube videos and learn techniques, and you start, pick a few that you want to try them and make them your own.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of questions you got for me?
With me?
Yep.
I'm just excited for you to show us some of the stuff that you brought with us down to Tennessee. I know I'm looking to hit your Facebook page and have you send me some of this stuff, because some of the other stuff that you had posted on your Pond Predator Facebook. By the way, go follow him over there if you have not. Follow him on Facebook. He's got some interesting stuff on there right now. I know a Crappy Pond that's right like 10 minutes away that they will just eat that stuff up.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for you to show us that kind of stuff.
And then my lure group is Pond Predator Lures.
Yeah.
Before you have to ask when you apply, please answer the questions. I do go through those. Just try to keep the bots and everything that from trying to come in.
Yeah.
But I don't have any actual lures with me in here now because I've got them all. They're all at the Expo Center. But like Antoine said, I did debut. I've got some killer stuff. One of the things I debuted was a tadpole, a micro tadpole swim bait. It's a 1/10 ounce. So if you're Ned rigging, traditional thing is a 15th ounce. So it's lighter than that. It's slow sinking. It's 2 inches long. And let me tell you, it is a bass, crappie, trout killing bait. I had a guy that ordered several from Missouri in one particular pattern. I did, I think I did 6 patterns for the show. And he told me, see, I bought these for crappie. He sent me a picture of it. And it was a 6.5 pound largemouth that he got off of it. So when they want to eat it, they will eat. So fast retrieve, slow retrieve, everything is custom. Now, I will let you guys know too. I'll give you a feeling about custom work. Some people think, custom, you do something and it's all the same. The deal with custom work is they have the same pattern, pattern scheme, but not everyone is going to be exactly the same as the other. There might be a slight variation of here or there, but that's the whole point. It's about a one-of-a-kind thing. And if you need something done, holler at me. We'll talk about it over Messenger, because that's how I do most of my things, and we'll go over some things. And how I operate is when I'm painting, I will give you updates throughout the whole process. So if there's something you want to change, we can change it right then and there, and tweak as you go. Because the ultimate goal is I want you guys to be as happy with it, because ultimately I'm fishing through you guys. And if you're happy, I'm going to be happy. You be sure to tag me in your catches. I like posting them, sharing them out. If there's something you'd like to see a little bit different, then we'll make adjustments. And if you're not happy with it, then I'm going to do everything I can to make it right.
I have a couple somewhere. I'm gonna run and go give them. I'm gonna give you the whole screen for a second. I'm gonna go get a couple of the cranks that you sent me. If I can stop removing him from the stage. Me and these fat fingers, man.
I'm not with you, man.
All right, solo layout. All right, there you go. I'll be right back.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I mean, painting has become therapeutic for me. That's passion. Fishing is my absolute passion. As far as me goes, and I'll show you some of the stuff. I've got some special stuff here. When I started fishing with Nico, I owe everything, all that, to John Dalton. If you haven't followed him before, on his YouTube channel is Creek Fishing Adventures. He's actually based here in Tennessee, but he's actually from Kentucky. He's the one that got me turned on to fishing Nico. Started with the Hellgrammite, and that's been almost 7 years. And then I joined up with the pro staff probably 2 years in after that. And after that, with the pro staff, posting everything, doing everything. That's something else. Pro team stuff is, pro staff. If you want to keep on the radars, activity and contribution is key. That's one thing I look forward to. But you can't. Then after I think this is 30 year done. So 3 years after being on the pro staff, I was asked to do take over with Nico's social media and running the pro team. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every bit of it. And you can, it's really kind of, mellowed me out a lot more than I was. Yes, I don't get to fish as much except when I'm testing things. And you'll see posts where I'm testing something. And FYI, on the Nico page or my page, if you go on there and you see a picture that is black and white, that is a photo of a bait used that is in prototype, in development. So we're constantly striving to innovate and keep raising that bar. So this year is supposed to be better than the last year, and we keep moving forward with that. Let's see if we can find any comments real quick. I'm going to pull to my live screen so I don't see anybody talking. Oh, we got one person in that one.
All right, I'm back.
He's back.
Yeah, I see a bunch of comments here, actually. A couple questions. Somebody said you should start a Discord server.
Well, I played with Discord a little bit. Yeah, I've started when I first started fishing, and before I even started doing YouTube, I was on Twitter, or X as they call it now. That's honestly where I first got my first start on social media. And then I slowly started branching off to Facebook again. I created my pages there, and then Instagram followed that, then TikTok, and it's a moving process. So it just takes time.
Mm-hmm. But I found them.
Found them. Which ones you got there?
Let's see. I'm gonna do a whole screen for me so they can see it a little bit better. See, we got. I can't read this. There we go. The Cosmic Crappie.
Yep. That one's got a lot of iridescent play on it. And when you hit it in that light, it goes crazy.
I'm going to take it out of the package here. And these are what Trokar hooks, right?
Yeah, those are Trapper Tackle hooks.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Jamaica.
I've always wondered, do you hand paint these?
I actually use some of the detail work is hand painted, but I actually use airbrush.
Okay.
With that. The majority is airbrush, and I use a lot of stenciling, and then some of the more delicate work I will use I'll hand paint them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now the clear coats is painted on. Some of the ones you may have, I may have used. One I first started using was KBS. That's one you can actually dip and just let it drip and cure that way. I'd actually use KBS on my micros and swim baits too. So just because you have to paint it and thin coats, but it works really good like a champ.
Yeah. And this one here, I don't want to throw this one. This one might sit up on a shelf. Whenever I get me a studio, these I want to put these up on the shelf on like a lure display or something, because these are pretty awesome looking. This one was called the Chrome Clown.
Yep, that's a play on Nemo. And
Yeah.
another pattern I debuted this weekend or for the show is I actually made a copperhead, which is almost like a dirty look, like a copperhead snake. So
Yeah.
I did a couple of jerk baits in that pattern, and then I did a couple of spooks and some ploppers, and that's been well received too.
And someone asked, what blanks do you use?
I use, as far as the companies goes, I use mainly Sugar Tip. They are a company based, sugartiplures.com. They're based out of South Carolina. He has a huge assortment. Anytime between, I'd say, 75 and 150 different type of blanks.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with him for a while, so I've kind of moved up a little bit on the ladder as far as I would say, in promotional stuff. So I get to test new blanks that he brings in and paints them, and he's actually got me a new shipment. It's supposed to be coming out tomorrow. So you can go through China directly, Amazon. If you're just starting out, one thing I'll say is either do that or just go get some of your old lures and just practice on them. Practicing is key. And you can actually go, and there's tons of groups on Facebook when it comes to lure painting too, for beginners. I'm actually admin for several too. And you can get your tips. People can kind of give you, tips on how to fix it, give you, lift you up if they like it. So if they don't like it, they'll tell you. But it's about positivity and keep encouraging. Main thing is if you like painting, it can be therapeutic, but don't stop. Just don't stop, and you'll just keep better. You'll notice from your first lure. Like I've got my very first lure. My very first lure was S-crank. It was a fire tiger, and I was looking at it literally before I left to come up here, and I keep it on my desk when I'm painting, and just to see where I've been and where I've come in. And then, like every year that I've done it, I'll take another lure, or sometimes I'll even use the same tiger pattern and just see how I've tweaked it, just to see where I've come as far as techniques, and even as simple as putting epoxy and stuff on, because that can take a toll too.
Yeah. I was really in love with this one too.
Yeah, Morning
Dawn.
Honestly, I thought I didn't have any of those this weekend, and I found 4 of them, and a guy came and bought 3 of them, just like
that.
So, if you need some more, I'll hook you up. That Morning Dawn is lethal, and I've got one that's called it's the same concept as the Morning Dawn, but I use a couple of different base colors.
Mm-hmm.
And, I call it Nightshade, and it is beautiful too. It is beautiful too.
The first boat I had used to be called Nightshade.
Oh, well, coincidence. Let's see. Oh, Duran, if you need, again, if you want to reach out to me, you can through Facebook. I'll put the links and stuff on both of our pages. We can link up and we can talk about it and see what kind you're liking and what you're looking for. I'd love to. I'd love to be able to help make your dreams come true and what your ideas. Now I will mind say with this being show season, it might take me a little bit to get on it, but I'll keep you updated throughout the whole process if something comes up. And Antoine can tell you that. Actually, just came October. I had back surgery again, so I was out of commission for a little bit, but I just now got to where I can paint for multiple hours at a time instead of like 5 or 10 minutes. So hopefully to be able to pour some more out. So and feel free to join the group too and see some of that stuff as well. I'm constantly getting new blanks and trying new stuff out too.
Yeah, you said you got another fishing show. With it being a fishing show season, you have another one in Ohio in a couple weeks, right?
Yep, I'll be in Columbus at the National Fishing Expo at the Expo Center there. It's not as big as Columbus or as Knoxville, but it is. The layout's a lot better, and I think we get a lot more people. And the plus side to that is something Knoxville doesn't have is one, they have a trout pond inside for the kids. Where you
Oh,
can
nice.
go and catch trout in there, and then if you don't know what a hog trough is, a hog trough is essentially a tractor trailer that is turned into an aquarium, fish tank.
I've
And
always wanted to fish out of one of those.
and then basically go in there and I'll put all the native stuff like smallmouth, largemouth. They'll put panfish in there, and they do demonstrations. We've got a guy, one of our protein guys and YouTubers. His name's the Creek Crawler. He's from up there. He's going to come do a few days of doing some seminars up there. But it's fun. It's fun. For you guys that are around the Knoxville area, I started it yesterday, but kind of a little game, so to speak. So I'll do a code word, and I made the video. I go live on Facebook, and I'll turn around and make the post on Instagram, and I'll put that code word out. And then the first person that comes to me or somebody that's working the table in the booth and says the code word gets a free prize. The first day, I had a guy that come up and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and all of a sudden he grabbed my hand, and the code word was tadpole. And he grabbed and shake my hand, tadpole, 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 tadpole. I said, okay. So I ended up giving him, we walked away with a free pack of our newest addition to the Nico lineup that was official as of, I made it public, announced it yesterday on the first day. But this is a Pyrite 4.25 inch Hellgrammite. Now, Nico's bread and butter is the Hellgrammite. We're known for durability, realisticness, and the funny thing is this bad boy floats. What's so special about the 4.25 is it's got a little hinge on the back here. So if you're dragging this on the rocks, bouncing in or whatever, you've got even the slightest bit of current, this back section is going to go crazy, creating more action. There's also a killer shallow hook slot. This is a smoke base, and if you can't tell, it is loaded down with gold flake. They go absolutely crazy for this. That in Ohio, especially, we've had, I couldn't tell you how many times I get requests for this. We've had coming through here, but that's the newest edition. The brand newest edition to come to the show this year. But today's code word was Little Maui. That was kind of inspiration to one of our pro staff guys that loves the movie Moana, and he strives to be Maui, so we call him Little Maui. And then, like today, I did 2 code words. I'll announce it here too. But the second code word was come up by Jed back here. And what was it? Oh, yeah. It was chicken butt. So I had to come up to you and say chicken butt. And then I said, as an added bonus, you've actually come up and started going bok chicken butt. We'll sweeten the bill up a little bit more. So that one's still going. So I'll do 2 more tomorrow. Saturday's we're going to be slammed. It's going to be busy. I'm loving it. I'll do lives throughout the day on the Nico page. So if you're not following Nico, I'd highly encourage you to follow that to see some of the up-and-coming stuff. And some of the best, I'm sorry, call me biased, but it's the best soft plastics out there.
Yeah, and that's spelled Nikko.
Nikko Baits. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I do run Nico's social media, like I said before. And on there, we'll do tips. We'll do rigging tips. We do giveaways. You get to do in-depth view at some of our protein members. You get to see in-depth view of newer baits and all sorts of good stuff there too. And if you haven't, you can go to NicoBaits.com and subscribe to our email list, because there you can get some early access on sales. We'll do poll questions and stuff there too. I'm sorry to keep plugging Nico like this, but it's you know me. I've been fishing Nico for a long time, and I just love it. Absolutely love it. And my goal is to have everybody in the country, in the world, love Neko baits as much as I do. But back on the fishing show, uh, we're in the overflow section. If you follow Creek Fishing Adventures, he's in that room too as well. Basket came by yesterday, and he's supposed to come by tomorrow or Sunday again too. He's been going with us. What kind of line do you like to use?
Me personally, I'm a braid fan. I can't seem to get away from braid. I'll use fluoro as a leader, but I love braid. I've been using spider wire mostly, but looking to get into a little something different because I've had some spider wire like fail me a couple times, and I was not a fan of that.
Well, my only interaction with spider wire was I went to Walmart. You know, Walmart does their clearance, fishing clearance 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
And they had spider wire, 10-pound and 15-pound braid on clearance for $2 a spool. So, you know, like I told you before, I like deals. I like going and trying to get the best buck. So I bought like 8 or 10 of those spools.
Yeah.
I hooked up one rod with it, and that's the last rod that I ever hooked up with it. With that being said, the brand or line I use now, including braid, is K9. K9's a great company. They're based out. They've got some in Tennessee. They've got in Florida, in Alabama as well. The owner there, Kelly Alberts, he's a great guy. He takes care of everybody. He's a great people person. My go-to line, especially, you know, I told you, you know, I fish a lot of Neko stuff, and even some of my, smaller 1.5 crankbaits and younger, you know, shorter. I'm using either a 4-pound fluoro. This is a high vis, low memory, or 6-pound, and sometimes I'll go as much as 8 or 10.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as braid, especially top fish, you know, if you're frog fishing or using a plopper or something like that, you need to have braid. And they've got a killer 20 all the way up to 50-pound super braid that is phenomenal. But if you like this crappie fish or anything like that, they've got a nice little 5-pound crappie braid too. And trust me, you won't regret it. Well, Jed's back here on the computer, but I had so many people when I came. The first thing I did this year is I bought 2 of my actual personal rods. Just to show what I'm using and what I'm rigging. I had so many people come up there and want to know what line I was using. And luckily, K9's actually in the main room, like 2 rows away from us in the main room. And I was seeing the people there right and left. And finally, they had to bring me some line because one guy said he needs some line. He's only got what is on the rod, trying to figure out. So, and in turn, I went over there and ended up with all these.
Nice.
And so, I mean, it's a good company. It's a good braid. They're good. They're real quick on responses with customer service. And I'm sorry, customer service is a big time key with me.
You and me both.
They have to be. You can have the best stuff in the world, but if your customer service is, I'm gone. Period. But yeah, that's my spill on K9. K9 it's a good line out there, and it's affordable too. Again, if you're out there in Tennessee at the show, come check them out too. And you guys that are on there listening or watching, if you want, you know, you're eligible too. You can come by tomorrow and use the code word. This code word that I just gave is actually still active right now, and it will be until I may even just leave it active, knowing and add another one along with it too, to see if we can get some more interest to coming out. Have you got any questions for me as far as the show goes and all that good stuff right now?
And you said K9, they go all the way up to 50-pound braid?
Man, they've got a 200-pound braid.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've got it's on a spool like this big. They actually sell that to Alaska.
Okay.
So I mean, they've got usually, if you buy at least 2 or 3 spools or something, they throw at least one pair of scissors with you, braid scissors, fluoro scissors, something like that, or combos. So
okay.
take care of you. and you can't go wrong. If you don't like it, you can reach out to them and they'll try to make it right for you too.
All right, yeah, I just may do that because I'm here in Virginia. I live between the Rappahannock and the Potomac,
Yeah,
and both rivers have snakehead in there. You need some pretty heavy braid to go after them because of the teeth.
yeah.
And I vowed that I'm catching a snakehead this year, and I need me some good braid, so I
Well,
might have to hit them up.
you're not the only one that's on the hunt for a snakehead. I've never caught a snakehead. And then me and Jed back here, we was talking. He's been wanting to get on one too. For some reason, he likes carp fishing. Carp fishing, that boring carp fishing. Uh, but yeah, that's on the bucket list, and, and it'll get the job done, man. Um, the great thing too. I've said this earlier a little bit, but like with the 4 pound, the guys that like using ultralight stuff, um, the 4 pound fluoro is not the size of regular 4 pound fluoro. It is really the size of a 2 pound fluoro or mono, that thin, a circumference, and it'll hold up like a champ.
Yeah, that'll help those Clearwater guys out for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, most definitely. It's pretty
Have you
neat.
ever ate snakehead before?
I had it. Honestly, I've ate a lot of fish. Coincidentally, the my yeah in my house, if I give it to her, my daughter will eat it. But
Hmm.
my wife does not do anything out of water. She does. She doesn't do fishing. She tolerates me having all the fishing stuff and doing all that, but she doesn't eat fish or shellfish or anything like that out of the water. Put it this way, I've got her to go fishing with me one time, and that was when we went to Myrtle Beach. No, it was Emerald Isle, probably I want to say 7, 8 years ago. And we
Yeah.
went to the pier, and of course, you're on the pier, you got laundry rods, and I was using shrimp for bait. So she would come, and I had a spot, I had a bench right there against the rail. She'd get up, she'd walk 15 to 20 foot back and away, and then I'd cast it. Then once I casted it, she would turn around and come back and sit down. Now, when I hooked into one, I'd reel it up. When I brought it up, she'd take another 15 to 20 foot back. I took it off the hook and took the picture. Then when I released it, she'd come right back. That's the closest she's come to actual fishing with it.
Yeah, I've gotten my wife out there a couple times. She loves the catfish. She loves to eat catfish. That's probably her favorite fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know somebody just asked, what do we mostly catch? I'm assuming out in the areas that we fish. Um,
Hey, A1, you
me,
want to go first?
it doesn't matter.
Well, you go first. It's your show.
Um, Out here, man, there's so many different fish you can catch out here in Virginia. I guess it also depends on where you go fishing at. If you fish the rivers, you can hit catfish, striped bass. Most people call those rockfish.
Yeah.
You can get yellow perch, white perch. I think I said catfish, red drum. Um, that's just near me. And then you got the like lakes. So you got bass, crappie, bluegill, all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff out here.
I primarily, Pond Predator Nation is my name. That's where I kind of got started. So, of course, like Antoine said, we got um, all different pumpkin seed, bluegill, shellcracker, rock bass, warmouth, largemouth spotted bass, um, the occasional snapping turtles,
Yeah.
soft shell turtles. Summertime, you're going to catch me. In the spring, when it heats up, you're going to catch me wading creeks and rivers. In there, you can catch about the same thing, with the exception of you might get the occasional buffalo or carp. Different catfishes. If I go to wintertime, I'm going. My main winter fish is crappie, or not crappie, but trout.
Yeah.
Mainly, Kentucky is home to the largest man-made trout stream in the country. It's called Wolf Creek Dam. They actually made a full trout stream for that. And that's where 90% of the Kentucky bass or Kentucky trout, and then some from, I think, Ohio and Illinois and Indiana as well, get their trout from. And that's rainbows, browns, and a few brooks. But that's 3 hours away from me. So,
Yeah.
like most other people, I go to Finn Lakes. If you guys don't know what a Finn Lake is, it is basically usually in a park or something like that, where the Fish and Wildlife will actually step in and stock it. Here, they will stock it 3 times a year with trout. And the one spot I go to, I go to 3 different spots. They range from one spot's like 500 at a time, one's 300 at a time, and one's like 200 at a time. The 200 at a time is pretty much like a glorified kiddie pool almost. It's that small. And then they'll actually go in and stock catfish. But here's the thing: it's good catfish and bass and brim. But the thing about those is they don't tell you when they do those, but they'll broadcast when they do the trout. Of course, trout, especially down or in Kentucky, when it heats up, trout doesn't do good in warm water. So they want you to eat them up as much as you can. So that's what I'm doing in the summer, wintertime. Now I do like to do when I go down to the beach, pier fishing. I'll do some, surf fishing and stuff like that. Bucket list stuff is, I want to go down to Florida and go after some peacocks.
Me too.
Some of the big Mayan cichlids, armored catfish, placo, they call them. They've got pacu down there, which, if you guys don't know what a pacu is, it's pretty much, it's in the piranha family, but it doesn't attack people and eat meat like that. They're leaf eaters, plant eaters, but they're massive. They can get massive. Well, I'm talking like the biggest one I think that I've seen caught by somebody, I think it was on YouTube, was almost 30 pounds. So, I mean, they get huge. That's in a nutshell what I'll go after. Usually if I go on a target crappie, I like to plan a trip and I'll actually go out of state.
Yeah.
I'll go down to Lake Grenada down in Mississippi. That is the #1 crappie lake in the country. There's three lakes down there. There's Grenada, Sardis, and then one other. Sardis is a huge bass lake, big trophy bass. Grenada, it's not nothing for somebody to pull out a 2.5 pound crappie on a regular basis over there.
That's a nice salmon.
Yeah, but you can see gar popping. You can see, it's loaded with different stuff. That's probably one of the best fishing trips I've had in a while. I took that one out before my daughter was born. And I can't wait to do that again. Any other questions, guys?
I see J Dubs, he said spade fishing on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel is by far the most fun fishing he's had. I seen he said he asked me if I fished somewhere. I think it's somewhere out east, Douthat, and I forget the other name. I haven't been out fishing that way yet. But I'm waiting for it to warm up. I'm not going to stay here local. I'm going to make day trips to fish, and like I got a fishing license that covers the entire state of Virginia. Like I got to get out of the mind of staying local and start branching out.
Yeah. Have y'all got lifetime license there?
We do. I think at my age it's a few $100. Yeah, I'm definitely considering hitting that up because I always forget to renew my license, and luckily Virginia will email me and they'll let me know, hey, your license is about to expire, so I'm like, let me go ahead and renew it, and I'll get it all renewed up.
Well, we've got lifetime here, but they only limit it to, I think, when you have to be 55 to get it.
Yeah.
So the only thing we can have right now, which is I do a 3-year license.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you could do that as far. Excuse me, again. I wish you could do it with the trout permits too.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, do it, but unfortunately, that's one I have to do every single year. It's $10 a year to do it for a trout stamp. To do that, but that's one thing. If we had a lifetime license, I've got a lifetime one in North Carolina. I got as a kid. Too bad you can't transfer, just make it universal for the whole country, so you could do that. Now that would be really nice.
I've always said I've always wondered why they didn't do like area fishing license. Like I live in Virginia, like I could go 10 minutes in that direction and I'll be in Maryland. Like why
Yeah.
can't they have like an area fishing license that will cover me for like
Oh, yeah.
Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, like all the states my state touches. Like I wish they would do something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's nice. And all thing I say is we can try to suggest it to Fish and Wildlife, and you never know, it might work.
Yeah,
Of course, with the way things are running, it'll be slower than molasses to try to get anything response from them.
yeah.
Oh,
I
but
might be dead and gone before we get an answer on that.
yeah, our kids may be almost dead and gone before we get an answer to that.
Yeah.
But bucket list thing, something I want to do. Going down to Florida, talking about targeting peacocks and stuff like that. Did you
Yeah.
know you could fish in sewer drains down in storm drains down there
Yeah.
on the road? I didn't believe it until I'd actually seen it in person once. But you go down there and you can catch peacocks and everything else out just off of the storm drain in the seat off the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Mike. I don't know if you ever watched him. He is the one that I first saw doing it. And I've seen a few other ones. But look down there and I said, that's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, see, J-Dub Adventure, he just said, I wish they would do that for fishing and hunting because he lives on the West Virginia line. He can't hunt 100 yards from the house. I'm like, man, 100 yards behind your house is a completely different state that you can't hunt.
That's crazy. Now,
Yeah.
something crazy is, and I think I posted some stuff too, as far as on the hunting lines. My house is in city limits, right?
Hmm.
So you can't discharge a firearm. And let me see what I can find. I'll pull the picture up. Usually it's been in the springtime, but especially in the winter, we've had some visitors. I've seen deer in there before. When the coyotes were running rampant, then we had at least 6 or 8 of those in there. But then what surprised me is, we got hit with a lot of snow and ice.
Hmm.
I'll just say 3 weeks out. But let's see, I'll pull this one up. Let's see if y'all can see it. You guys see that?
Let's see. Man, that's a lot of turkey.
Those are a lot of turkey. And I found a loophole for this. There's anywhere between 16 and 27 turkeys that come through there every day, at least twice a day. Matter of fact, the day I left to come down here, I walked out. There was 2 up on my building outside. I've had one sitting on my kayak before too. But you can actually, of course, you can't do archery. You can do a bow and arrow, but
Mm.
you can do 2 things. You can get a paintball gun and put marbles in it and use that. I've done that for squirrels and stuff. I was getting in stuff with rabbits, because rabbits have been running rampant around there too. But
Yeah.
so I'm determined maybe next year I'll have to be strategic about it, but I'm going to try it with hook up the paintball gun and put some nice marbles in there and see if I can get one that way.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
just in there taunting. It gets under my skin. And so, that feeling you want something so bad. That perky fish is right there. Big
Yeah.
PB bass or PB catfish. You're throwing everything you can't get him to commit. Man, it's just taunting me. I can't stand it. So when it was snowing, I actually built a little makeshift blind down on the borderline to see how close I can get. I've been slowly moving it closer and closer. The closest I've got to him has been maybe 30 yards.
Hmm.
So that's perfect range. So
Yeah.
I'm working up to it. So you want to see some baits?
I do.
You want to see some killer baits that we got coming out? Well, first of all, I'll start with my bread and butter. You guys know I've been fishing Nico for a while. Again, I'll touch base. John Dalton actually got me started 7 years ago just by watching his video. That's the power of YouTube videos, whether being live or find somebody's channel just going through their head. You never know what they can have to offer. And he started it up with the Hellermites. But when I'm fishing, I like to think outside the box, off the wall stuff. And one of those being this bait right here. You can see that is a tadpole in the obsidian. I'll take here and I'm going to use another bait because I can't open this one because it's still the old packaging. But we'll start with greenish. This is a leech in one of our new colors that debuted this year, later part of this year or last year, called Black Voltage. It's an obsidian base like what you see in the tadpole, and then a nice chartreuse tip. Now the beautiful thing about this bad boy is one, it's so soft. Nico is known for three things in my personal book. It is one, durability. Two, the realisticness in a bait. And three, if they float. So I can really take this bait, I can take everything that's on this table in front of me right now, take them out of the package, put them on some water, and they're going to float. So you can go top water. But when I'm talking about durability, this leech is 3.8 inches long. I'll come back a little bit more. I'm going well
The full length of the screen. Jeez.
Yeah, and beyond that, the durability part of it. All these are scented, super scented. The obsidians, they are by far the most potent of the bunch. They're infused with squid ink. So I will advise you, I'm telling you from this by personal experience, if you happen to come across a pack of these or pick them up, order online or whatever, do not open these and leave them in a hot car with the windows up in the summertime. Do not leave them open in your bathroom with the heat up with the door closed while shower time is happening. You will regret it. My wife made me regret it. I slept on the couch for 2 days that time around when she found those. But this leech is great for a drop shot. It's great for a Ned rig for you guys that like the Ned rig. Pretty much every bait, the Hellgrammite, the tadpole, the leech, the super Neds, you can all fish them the same exact way. But this is one color that I kind of pushed for, and I'm glad we finally brought it to fruition. And also with it being chartreuse too, guys, you can take a black light if you guys do any night fishing or dust fishing, hit it and charge it up, and just watch it glow when you're done. So that's two baits right there. The tadpole's the same way. Again, it is my favorite. Antoine has joined, getting ready to officially join the ranks with Nico and enjoying some of the good stuff that we've got too. And again, guys, I told you before, I'm all about saving money, getting more bang for your buck. Nico is it's considered a top tier bait, JDM top style. You're going to spend, we'll be a little bit biased here, but this is the way I've always compared it. Nico baits are like, if you care more on cars, I'd say Nico is like a Lexus. And then everything else that's out there kind of peters down from there. Nico's made they're made with an elastomer, which makes it good and durable. But it's a top of the line elastomer. They are biodegradable, so environmentally safe. You could actually eat these. You can actually eat these if you want, but it is a choking hazard. The next one that I'll show you again, is we've got the 4.25 inch Hellgrammite in pyrite. Again, it's a smoke base loaded down with gold flake in it. Its little brother, the 3-inch version of this, came out almost 2 years ago. And we had such a good response with it. Again, people were asking about it and wanting, requesting it. So we bought this bad boy on the board. And it literally came on sale and was debuted on Thursday when this show was first started.
I know some family members that would love to have that out in the Shenandoah Valley.
Well, coincidentally, the owner of Nico here in the U.S. and the actual creator of the Hellgrammite, inventor of it, he's actually based out of Manassas, so he's fishing in Shenandoah. That's where all these were tested at. So that's a nice little plus thing. If you love worms, everybody likes a wacky rig or Texas rig or something like that. We also have, this is an improved version of our worm. It's called the shaky worm in earthworm form. This is the #1 seller in their shaky worms. The difference between these and about legacies is this is a solid, more Senko style worm. It's made with leach material, so you got the same softness, but you still got the same durability, and this one is even longer. And you can keep going and going and going. Can't go wrong with it. Now, what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys like to fish? Are you more Senko style? You like the smaller ultralight stuff? Are you swim bait people? You like crawls? Put it in the comments. Let us know. And I think I may just do a giveaway this evening too, where somebody will get a free pack of Ego baits.
You know me, I'm all about the giveaways.
Oh yeah. Why not contribute to the factor? While people are commenting down, I'll start breaking out the latest new edition. I mentioned crawls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our crawls have been around for a while, and one of the big issues we were having for comments from people is, one, they came in a clamshell pack, and so when you're even on kayak, you're wading, you're walking the banks. A big clamshell pack is cumbersome. It's bulky. It's hard to take and put multiple colors of the same different baits in the same thing. And it's more time wasting when you could be fishing. So what we did was we changed the packaging. Swabberel, turtles, or jig, and texture creatures. All right, Schuler, that's a good choice. I like all those too. What we'll do at the end, guys, is right before, we might do after I go to these baits here, is based on how many people we've got in here, we'll do a random number. I'll let Antoine pick it, and then the winner will receive a free pack of baits. And the way you'll get that free pack is, one, I need you to follow me. You can follow me, Jeff Davis, on Facebook or Instagram. On Instagram, it's Pond Predator. Or go to our Nico Baits site, like it, and then you can message me and say, hey, I won the big fella giveaway. And we'll get you squared away and get you a pack of baits sent to you. So yeah, we changed the packaging on it. So just like with the leeches here and with the shaky worms, we decided to put them right there with the same thing. And so it's more compact. Now these are included, these have trays included with them. And the beautiful thing about these, this is a little personal mishap was they were a little bit big. So we had some more coming in with a shallower tray to help make it look better. Because honestly, guys, I mean, this comes down, this is from shipping coming down. I mean, some of them look pretty good, but they get all jumbled up. But you want them to look more uniform. But with you being there, out there, you want something to be more compact, right? So you can take one of these trays here, and you could put up to 10 crawls in if you want. You could take and put, what I've done is I've used one tray, and I'll put hellgrammites, leeches, and tadpoles all in one tray. And that condenses, at least in my arsenal, at least 10 packs of other stuff. And you can pre-rig them. Also, with these being elastomer, if you ever pick these up, be online, or if you come across this in a shop or something like that, or a tackle store, elastomers you do not mix with other baits. So you don't want to put these in a single pack or even a little mini tackle box with like with Yums or Berkeley's or something like that. You don't want to do that because it'll turn into big blob mess. Me personally, how I do it is I've got a little 3500 tackle tray, and I do a lot of kayak fishing, like I said before, and I creek wade and river wade. So I'll pre-rig a bunch of baits, and I'll put it all in there. And boom, I've already got that there. So if something ties up, they're all in one location. You have to worry about them reacting or anything like that. The next thing we did with them is we changed the material. I told you guys saw the leech material. The leech was earlier. So basically, we took the same material and we put them in these new crawls. Now, there's actually 7 new colors if you include the MAGA that we brought back. But we got 6 brand new colors. I've got 4 of the main ones that I think are the top people here, and I'll go over those. One is Blood Moon. And this is like a smoke and black base with a lot of sharp red and with a little bit of orange flake, and then you've got red. Only you can't really sell. Apologize for the light, but with this, you got some red claws there. Actually, it's been lethal, but it gets the job done. So that's Blood Moon. It kind of started a series, the Moon series. First one called the first one being Blue Moon, which had our new galaxy, which is a black and blue with blue claws. The next one is one called Aqua Moon. This is one Antoine kind of was starting happy about. It's a green pumpkin base, and then we've got some blue claws back there. Now this is ranked. This started out slow when they first came out, but is pulling its own weight now. And I'll show you something with the cross too. You talk about durability. This is your crawl, always on the defense. They're the most realistic ones out there. They've got a nice shallow hook slide. And when you put them in the water, the claws are really sticking up like on a defensive pose. However, I'm sitting here talking to you, but I'm actually stretching them. And I'm literally past the screen and we're going more. Yeah. So, I mean, the durability is crazy. If you happen to lose a fish, a claw on it, you'll lose the claws first before anything, but it's going to take you a whole lot of fish to do that. You'll lose more on a snag than you will from a fish.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm always losing the claws on the claws I fish right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you earlier, I like using the claws too, and I'll take the claw purposely and do that. But if you end up losing the other claw, the claw on it, it's like a shrimp. And shrimp, believe it or not, we sell some shrimp, and I've caught just as many bass, largemouth, on these small shrimp than anything else too. One of the last colors I'll show you. We've got two more here. Again, this is another purple favorite. You guys can't tell, like I said, I'm a big fan of blacks, the obsidians, and that means no different than with these with the crawls. Now this one, it's an obsidian base, the black base, and it's got some chartreuse crawls. And we're calling there's your underside. I mean, just look at the detail on those guys. Even the undercarriage of it. Then here's the top. Hopefully you guys can see that. I apologize for the lighting in this hotel room, but no detail was spared when making these. But it's a black base with chartreuse crawls, and we're calling this coincidentally lightning bug. And the top seller, which is something that I showed Antoine earlier a little bit, is one called Midwest Crawl. This is a green pumpkin base right there, and it is loaded with orange and red flake. And guys, I can tell you, when I first saw this and I first used it, I was not a big fan. But that's the whole thing about trying stuff, going out of your comfort zone. I generally don't throw crawls at all, on a sense. But if I do now, it's either this one or the lightning bug. Those two are my main favorite colors.
Yeah, that one. I like fishing with a lot of browns. Especially, there's an army base not too far from here, and I don't know what it is about it over there, but they love browns over there. And that last one you just showed would be money over there.
Oh yeah. So I mean, that's just a hint of our Nico lineup. I just wanted to show some of the baits that I actually love to use, and then some of the newer stuff. I'll do one last plug about the show. For the Nico Wide, is the magic numbers are 8 and 5. Everything is either $8 or $5. The biggest sale, bang for your buck sale is with the cross with the clamshell packs on Winnows. The Winnows are our large swim baits. They're generally $15 a pack on the website. The crawls are $14. So you do the math. $8 for everything, and it generally, when we created the new packaging here, they are they're cheaper too. on the website now. I think these are $8.49 or $8.99. I think. Don't quote me on that. You just need to go and double check it out. But it's the pricing and everything. We decided we want to be more economical. We're going to still go through rough times. The economy is kind of dipping all over the place. We want to help people give a better bang for their buck and still be able to get out there and enjoy fishing.
Yeah, I did see a couple comments saying like J Dubs he likes fishing with lizards. Are there any like lizard style baits?
We have the crawl. We have, believe it or not, octopus. We've got, we call them firefly squid. You'd like to know this too. The octopus is Scott. He loves. I can't find one of his pictures, but he loves the octopus on the Shenandoah, catching topwater. He'll catch largemouth and smallmouth on it like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
We used to have this huge 6-inch crab, and he'd do it topwater and have largemouth and smallmouth and nail them. And as far as that'd be the only actual creature baits we have big enough to do for like flipping and stuff. But we do listen to requests as far as for bait ideas, because we're constantly changing and innovating to get that next level. And the lizard has actually came up with a lizard style flipping bait, and it's not gone unnoticed. So we've talked about it, but the process of getting new baits made, and it's a long, tedious process in testing when that does happen. So sometimes we have this killer idea and we get the mold made or test mold, and we go and get it, and then it happens from time to time. You guys just be patient. I know everybody fishes different stuff, myself included, but I won't talk about what else I use. But if Nico doesn't have it, if there's something I use, there's a few out there, then I'll use it. But we're constantly striving to bring more stuff to you guys and keep raising the bar, because you got to keep changing with the tides and going the way you want to go with it. So I hope that answers your question a little bit.
It does. It answers mine. I was definitely curious when I saw people talking about lizards. I wonder if Nico has lizards.
Well, there's a guy in South Carolina on the pro team. He loves the squid, that firefly squid. He loves taking it and using it as a pitching bait. Or even you can actually pitch the 4.25s too if you wanted to do that. And use it as a punch bait. And he's nailing largemouth. He's nailing bowfin down there like you wouldn't believe. Massive, huge blowfin.
Man.
Yeah. So I mean, it's about thinking. You could take an octopus that we have, and I pair it with the earthworm shaky worm, or shaky worm in general, or the leech, and I'll do it Texas rig. And the head of the octopus is actually hollow.
Oh, nice.
So if Scott will actually go and he'll go ahead and shove the worm up on the up into the octopus head. But one thing I like to do is I'll take and go ahead and Texas rig that shaky worm or leech, but I'll use the bullet weight and I'll shove it up in the octopus head. And the good thing about that is it'll turn it into a bobber stop, so to speak, so it'll keep you down there. But the action on it in the presentation is almost like a Medusa. You can take and do it that way, or you can take, say, the 4-inch octopus and put a 2-inch octopus up underneath it, and that gives that shorter legs too, and that's more action. You do the same thing with our super nets too when you do it. So I mean, that's the thing. The sky's the limit. As long as you're willing to think outside the box, you'll be golden. I was talking about Scott using octopus for smallmouth. There's one right there.
Jeez.
Topwater.
Topwater?
Topwater. He likes doing it topwater. Here's another one. Y'all can't see that. That's with the Black Aurora one. So it's all about preference, man. So what is an unusual bait that you'd like to see or that you guys have used? And how do you rig it? Did we actually lose Antoine there for a minute?
I'm looking through the comments now. No comments yet. Unusual bait. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to try that octopus out. Oh wow, somebody said scorpion with Startooth's arm.
Oh, that's a good choice. There's one company out there that I know that makes scorpions. That's actually pretty peculiar. Honestly, I think I'm going to put that on the list as a new bait request on my next meeting when I do that next month. But I mean, it can be done. Again, it just takes time. But scorpion is something I definitely throw. If you guys try to spider, I know Lunker Hunt makes those topwater spiders. There's another company called Creek Life Lures, and they've got a pretty nice looking spider too. It's a smaller version. It's only literally about like that, so it's like a perfect size. Put it on top water and let it drift a little bit in the current. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't had much luck with the spider yet. Also, like I fished with it for like a day and I didn't get any bites. But I kind of like put it up in a tackle box. It's still in there. I've been meaning to break it out and try it, see if I can get on a fish. Someone said blue crab.
Blue crab, well, yeah, blue crab is good. And coincidentally, Nico has got some crabs. I told you about the 6-inch one. We currently have a little 1.5 and I think a 2.5 well at one time. But the panfish love them, trout love them, and they're good in the salt. That's people have this big concept that I feel. See if you can chime in on this too. That going after bass, or largemouth in particular, that largemouth bass need large baits. What's your feel on that?
It's funny you mentioned that because some of the bigger bass that I've caught have been mistakenly caught on crappie jigs.
My point is that my PB bass came off of a caddisfly. Like if you guys aren't familiar with a caddisfly, it's a bait literally about like this. It's about 2 inches long. It's long and thin, slender. I actually rig it up on a either 1/32 ounce Wicked Weights tungsten jig, jig, or just a regular chop minute magnet, 1/64 ounce. That it was a 6.5 pound largemouth taken out of the Salt River. That was 5 years ago in the summer off of caddisfly. So I'm right there with you. I mean, some people might not intentionally do it, but my belief is you can catch just as many largemouth on like the leech, the tadpole, and even the caddisfly as you would the crawl. Now the crawl is designed, for large and smallmouth, but the crawl was brought on along with our winnow, and even the 4.25-inch huggermouth, which you see here, as a kind of a bridge for the largemouth market. But I've caught just as many largemouth, if not more, than smallmouth on those other baits too. So it's just preferences, I guess, so to speak. But I like using a shrimp in fresh water. We've got some killer shrimp too. Using them on fresh water to catch anything too, crappie, bass, you name it, they'll eat it. You
Yeah.
can do it on their bid. Thanks, guys. If it's something really, something unusual or something really, if the fish is hungry and they see it, they want to eat it. That's a fact, tried and true thing right there.
I always feel like bass are kind of like us. Like we'll try, like if they see something new, they'll try it at least once. But yeah, it always confused me when I saw like baits that resembled like mice or bats or something like that. I'm like, there's no way a bass eats that. But then I looked up videos and I've seen them eating mice and bats. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, okay.
yeah, those mice swim. Bats will fall from wherever end up in the water and they can't get out. And they're
Mm-hmm.
flying around just like ducks, baby ducks. Um, those will happen too. I mean, it's just a matter of creating action. Now, if you haven't done it before, I would highly suggest trying a pompadour. You know what I'm talking about?
What was that?
A pompadour.
No.
It's a topwater bait. It's a walker bait. Let me pull one. Um, there's one. This is just one from Tackle Warehouse. It's by Jackal, a JDM style bait. But it looks like this. Some of them have the propeller on the back, but the ones I like are just regular wings. And basically, the way you fish it is you hold it up like you would a frog, and you can twitch it, or you can do like a retrieve, do a fast retrieve or a slow retrieve. And when it hits that water, it's basically walking back
Yeah.
across the water. And I've got more bites and strikes on that than I have a whopper plopper. And you know how I feel about whoppers.
Yeah. I'm a Waka Flocka fan myself.
Yeah, so I mean that's an unusual top water bait that I've tried. And I was hesitant on it first, um, but now it's in my arsenal. I've probably got 6 or 7 different patterns ready to go that I've done personally to get them. But it's a matter of what they'll eat, and,
Mhm.
and the way it throws that water, it does a lot more than what a traditional plopper do. But have you seen those double ploppers?
I have.
The one that's on the front and the back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, those are wild. I haven't tried them before, but I've seen them and thinking about it. I did pick up some of those ones. Pepsi's got some. There's Evoke. Basically, they call it a dart. It's a
Mm-hmm.
plopper, but the tail on it opens up. So when it opens, there's two pins on the back instead of the one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, those are pretty cool too.
That's pretty interesting. I didn't know exactly how it worked.
Yeah, I've seen somebody did an A-rig. They put ploppers on the A-rig and tried it that way. Yeah, I can't remember what the channel I saw it on, but he started out with just a single one. And then at one time he actually made an A-rig with like 20 ploppers
Gee.
on one. He used a catfish rod to launch it from the kayak. And he only made it like maybe 50 foot, but this is amazing to me what people are coming up with. But again, if you don't try something, you don't know if it'll work.
Yeah. That probably had to be a pretty lightweight A-rig. Well, you got to think about the buoyancy of all those ploppers too. So I'm pretty sure it all stayed up, but then you probably got to worry about everything tangling up too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see doing it like an A-rig, but flatten it out almost like a spearhead
Yeah,
and doing it that way. But as far as A-rig, I just didn't see how it would work doing all of them like that. How many people we got in the chat right now?
I see 9. I'm thinking 9. I think it's 9 YouTube and 5 from Facebook. I'm broadcasting on my Facebook page.
Okay, so we got 9 people in here. Let's do a magic number,
All right.
and then one person will get. I'm going to spice it up the deal a little bit. One person will get a free packet of Nico Baits, and they will also get a lure pick for me. I'll either give you an option, or if you want me to surprise you, I will surprise you. Now, when I surprise you, you could get a crankbait, you could get a walking bait. What I'll ask you is what kind of fishing you like to do, or what's your favorite. If you like jerk baits, it'll be a jerk bait. If you like cranks, plop it and submerge and micro on down the road. So we'll pick a number, and the person that comes to the closest of, they will be the winner of both of those items. So I will do it again is reach out to me personally. You can go again, Jeff Davis on Facebook. The ones on Facebook, Instagram is Pond Predator, or you can come through on the Nico Fishing Baits page on either Instagram or Facebook, and I'll see all those. And you just say, hey, I won the contest, the giveaway on Big Fella Outdoors live that I was on, that you were in, and we'll get you squared away.
Am I picking the number?
Yeah, you pick
or are you
the
picking the number?
I'll let you pick the number. This is your show. I'm just in it.
All right. I'm going to send it to you in a private chat. Are we doing what, 1 through 20 or?
Well, we've got 9 people in here. Let's do 1 through 30.
1 through 30. All right. I'm going to send you the number in a private chat now. Let's see here. All right, I just sent it to you.
Okay. And this goes, guys, to the ones that are actually viewing from my channel too. You guys are in on it too. So we're gonna wait. We'll give it a few more minutes while we're talking, and then when we cut it off, stop. And again, the person that's closest, if there's more than one people in the same number, it's actually the first person that we see in the comments that will get it. Yeah, I'm actually pumped for tomorrow. The first day was a little bit slow. We got set up on Wednesday. The show started Thursday. It started at like 2 o'clock. What I like to do shows is when I get there is, you set up, but that first day with it being so slow, we have to do a little walk around and see who else there. Kind of a little bit and kind of get a game plan as what we're looking for. Like, I'll be honest, I'm on the hunt for some new reels and maybe a rod or two. I haven't decided yet. But I'll look around, and then Friday we're working real hard. It's starting to pick up. Saturday is the big game day. And their brother in there. Now Sunday it starts to slow down. But I'll give you guys a little tip about fishing shows. If you go to a fishing show, wait till the last day. Because a lot of people come in and they don't want to bring home.
So they're looking to offload. Yeah,
you can get some good deals that way. Whether you're just starting out, if you want baits, me, I use them for rods. It's fun, but you get some good deals, good deals there. So try to go the last day to get the best deal. That's my biggest expo advice to tell you on that.
Yeah, that's definitely good to know. Maybe I can get up one of these fishing shows and stock up for these big fella box contests that we're doing every month.
It's a prime time to do it. I mean, you walk in there, there's people in there that, again, like a little miniature flea market, they've got literally clear totes of stuff there, and it's marked. And I have one full of nothing but Strike King crankbaits, one to be nothing but Rapalas, one nothing but jerkbait or Huskies. There's one out there now that I saw that was nothing but rooster tails, ranging like you get $2 a rooster tail, $5 for the Strike King crankbait. I mean, it's insane what you could find. Or just pick and choose when you want to go. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys there at one additional show. I'm now planning on linking up with Antoine very soon. If you guys haven't understood, Antoine is going to be joining our ranks at Nico. We're going to have some fun. It'll be actually our first official Virginia person on there. So I'll be there joining. He's be there with the boss. And we'll just keep growing and having fun, catching fish, and exploring the great outdoors and enjoying what God created for us. And so, how many? We got all the numbers in?
Yeah, I've seen a few numbers come in. I don't see any more coming in, but I see somebody hit the number right on the head.
Oh yeah, let me get. was that A1 Outdoors?
Yep.
What I tell you, A1 Fishing. Congratulations, A1 Fishing. If I haven't started following you, let me see. I thought I followed you too. I think I'm subscribed to you, maybe. Let me double check. A1 Fishing. Let's see. I found you. Am I subscribed to you? Yes. I am already subscribed to you with the bells on. So again, A1, congratulations. Reach out to me. And if you want, since we're already subscribed to you, if you're subscribed to me as well, you can actually go to the About Me section on my Facebook, on my YouTube profile. Scrolling all over. And it's got all my links there as well. So if you guys don't know, you can always go to Facebook and pull all our links there as well. So congratulations. Reach out to me, and we will get that stuff out to you. It might be a few weeks once we get back after shows, but think about what you kind of like to fish, what you're kind of looking at. I may have something already that'll fit your wheelhouse, but I will definitely send you a free one. And you've got a free pack of Nico as well. If you've got a question about, kind of what we've got to, you can go to our website. It's at Nico Fishing. You can Google it, Nico Fishing Baits on Nico Baits on Google, and it's a Shopify site, and I'll bring you to see everything, and it's got the full line up there too. Oh, real quick, while on the plus side to coming to fishing shows too, guys, is Easter eggs is what I like to call them, because there's a lot of times you can come and check stuff out, and you won't find them on the site. Where if we're developing colors and trying stuff out, we decide not to go with it, or if we are, but it's going to be long down the road, we'll put them in multi-packs or something like that, hide them in multi-packs. You might put full packs of them if you got them, and that's just a special way of saying, hey, we appreciate you. Come check out some cool stuff that nobody will have, literally nobody. Some of these things I don't even have that's out there right now, but it's just a matter. Just always think about that, especially if you come to a show. If you know Nico's going to be there, there will be Easter eggs and nice little surprises. We're almost at 11. Well, man, I hate to cut you short and everything, but I appreciate you having me on. And like I said, this will be the first of many.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to jump off here and get ready. And
you probably got a busy day tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah. Gotta be over there at 9 o'clock in the morning. We start at 10 and go for 7 again. So I'll try to get some shut eye and get ready. But thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for putting up with me for what's been an hour and almost 2 hours. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Hopefully you got entertained a little bit. If you got any questions about Nico or how to rig stuff, anything like that, holler at me. If you have any questions about baits, you can holler at me too, and we'll get together. And I may even do, since we're planning on doing this a little bit regularly, I may create a little Big Fella Pond Predator collaboration deal for you guys. As far as I won't be able to do it with the Nico things, but I'll be able to do it as far as my painting stuff too. So, but it'll be fun. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. Antoine, thank you too, man. Like I said, it's been
thank you for joining.
Good deal. You guys have a great weekend and stay safe, stay warm. If you're in Florida, it's maybe your only chance to go do some ice skating. So, or maybe some ice fishing. Just watch out for gators; they may still pop up on you. Just test that ice. All right, guys. Well, have a good evening, and and we'll check you out next time. Anton, are you staying on longer? You coming off too?
I'll probably stay on until I finish my drink here, and then I'll probably be hopping off myself. My wife owes me that fishing rod, so I got to make sure I get some good rest before I claim that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you better do that and get on it. Get it, milk it for as much as you can.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, have a good weekend. If you're in the Knoxville area or playing around, or even Columbus in 2 weeks, come back and see us. We're in the route. We're both 265 this time around. Again, the code word thing, you guys are still active, eligible for the code word, and I'll be doing the same thing in Columbus too. And it's fun. I just like meeting new people and loving people, interacting with people that love fishing just as much, if not more, than I do. So, guys, have a good evening, and we will check you out the next time around.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Later, man. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
You too. For those of you on my channel, if you wonder who that was Pond Predator Nation. He does have a YouTube channel, although like he was saying, he took some time to hang out with family. So follow his YouTube channel, Pond Predator Nation. Also follow him on Facebook as well. And follow Nico Bates. They got some awesome stuff going. And you saw how far those soft plastics stretched. I was amazed. I can't wait to get my hands on some and start throwing them this spring. I'm going to finish this drink with you guys. Also, cheers to you guys. I want to thank you all very much for joining the live show tonight. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time out and joining us. I'm definitely going to be linking up with Jeff some more. Probably maybe do like a once a month kind of thing. Just catch up and see what is new and see how we're all doing and all that good stuff. But as you guys know, I'm here in Virginia. It is freezing out here. My big buddy heater's acting kind of weird. I had this thing cranked up on high and I was nice and warm. Now it's shutting off on me constantly. But I don't know how you guys doing tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my drink here. J-Dub said, pay attention at work or hang out on a live stream. Yes, sir. I don't know if you were on earlier. Saw some of the crankbaits that Jeff sent me a while back. I've been he sent these like a long time ago, like last year. I've been holding on to the ones that I really, really like. When I get me a YouTube studio in this house, I'm going to like put these on like lure displays because I really, really like these patterns. For instance, like this cosmic crappie one he made. I don't know if you saw it or not, but like the detail on these things. I had to take this one out of the package. The package is kind of scruffed up, so wanted you to be able to see that one. The other ones you'll be able to see, like this one here. This one's the Morning Dawn. He said, "Yeah, I've been on for a while." Okay, so I was just curious. I couldn't remember if I saw your name popping up in the chats earlier or if you didn't join on later. But yeah, it seems like you're not too far from me. So sounds like I got me another fishing buddy. I'm gonna see if I can actually hop on your YouTube channel now. I call this my admin phone. I'm able to control the stream, like pop up your comments and stuff like that from this phone here, just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to your YouTube channel now and give you a subscribe as well. As soon as I find the YouTube icon on here. J-Dub. Yeah, I try to go live every Friday. I usually go live at 10, but with Jeff being there in Tennessee, I wanted to be able to get on a little bit earlier so he can have his time and also get his rest at the same time. Me and him will work that out when we go live. When we go live together, we may do a little bit earlier because I know he also has a family as well. My kids are on the older side. I have like an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and they're like pretty much self-sufficient. Like my 10-year-old, he can actually like cook for himself, so he's Oh, I dropped my phone. He's actually able to take care of stuff. He's actually not even here right now. He's at my mom's house. So yeah, he's able to do all that stuff. So I got time to be able to sit out here as long as I want. I did see your question earlier, A1 Fishing. I'm sorry I didn't get to answer your question, but my channel name, one of my channel names is Big Fella Outdoors. That's where I post all my hunting and fishing content. I have another channel called The Simple Life of Big Fella, where I do all my cooking content, and I'll do some family vlogs over there as well. Mainly cooking stuff over there. I got quite a few videos over there with some stuff like that. I'm actually looking to do some more videos this weekend. I did a couple last weekend for some Super Bowl snacks, since that's right around the corner. I did flautas, which is what I did was I cooked some chicken breast, and shredded it up and wrapped it up in a tortilla, and you can deep fry them, but I threw them in the oven since I had so many, and it made the shell nice and crispy. I made some different flavors. I feel like that's a really, really good Super Bowl snack. And what else did I make? I made something else. I did 2 videos, but this weekend I want to do some crab dip, like Maryland crab dip, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make my spinach and artichoke dip. Jada said my channel changed a lot once my kids were born. I'm going hunting and fishing a lot more now that they're older. Yeah, I think that's the area my channel is in right now. Since I try to focus a little bit more on family. My channel has been kind of slowed down a little bit, but now that they're older, I'm actually able to get into stuff more, and I can actually incorporate them. So I can bring them fishing and hunting and stuff with me. I actually wasn't able to hunt this year, but my oldest son, who's 17, he actually went with a buddy. He hunted all year, so I was so happy for him. I just couldn't with my work schedule. Plus, all my hunting plans fell through. The hunting club that I was a part of disbanded, and I don't have I don't have a whole lot of land that I can personally hunt myself. So I need to get all that situated once. What throughout the year I'm going to get my hunting gear and all that stuff together. Oh boy. Tell you guys what, it's pretty chilly out here. Me and this big buddy heater, I've had to crank it down to medium. The cylinders are starting to freeze, not freeze, I guess, but they're starting to get a lot of ice and stuff on the outside of them. So if the big buddy heater turns off, so I got to crank it down to medium, and it's not as the heat's not as heavy, so it is starting to get a little chilly out here. J Dub says, I hunt, fish, and trap. Growing up on the eastern shore, then getting moved to the mountains. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm pretty sure you got to do a whole lot of trapping um, out there in the mountains. Believe I actually went to. I'm very familiar with the Shenandoah Valley. When I went to college, I went to Bridgewater, which is just south of Harrisonburg. You got JMU out there, but my father-in-law's family, they're all up and through the Shenandoah Valley from Woodstock all the way up to Winchester. So I'm very, very familiar with that area. I haven't been hunting out there, but there is a park, and I cannot remember the name of it right now. When I was in college, I used to go out there and fish a lot. Um, I think it was right on the North River, if I'm not mistaken. Caught some pretty nice largemouth bass out there. Um, it was a beautiful park too. Just the way everything was set up. Jada said my wife's sister went there, and my sister works for JMU. Okay, so you're right around the neck of the woods I hung out in when I was out there. That's pretty cool. Small world. Now I think I saw something about you. You fished a lot in the Chesapeake Bay too, and I think you were mentioning Dalfat and I forget the name of it, Moomaw. I have not fished. Wow, I have not fished those lakes yet, but I do plan on trying to get out there eventually. 'Cause like I was saying, like I have a Virginia fishing license, and like here lately, I've been like just staying local. Like not, I haven't been like an hour from my house in a very long time. Like I figured, like my fishing license covers the entire state of Virginia, so I need to start hitting some of these other lakes and stuff like Briary Creek down there in southern, like the southern part of Virginia, and Douthett out there in east, and I have not been north to fish. But so yeah, I need to start expanding my horizons and stuff. I said from my house to Moomaw, 13 minutes. My boat is in the water. Hey, that's pretty cool. And A1 Fishing Family, new sub. I really, really appreciate that. Once we get off the live, do me a favor. I have a contest video going on right now for the month of January. I do big fella box giveaways, is what I call it. As a matter of fact, here, let me go get one. I'll show you what I actually put in there. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Here's one of my big fella boxes here. I stuff it full of stuff. I give these away every single month. So once you get off the live, go look for January's video, and I'll just leave a random comment, and you'll be able to that'll enter you for a chance to win one of these. This month, I have actually given away it's a Jordan Lee Abu Garcia reel. So I'm giving that away along with a box full of stuff. So you have a chance to enter to win that. Said J-Dub said Moomaw is the best kept secret in Virginia. I'm not a fan of Smith Mountain Lake. I've heard of Smith Mountain Lake, and sorry, my phone went on do not disturb. I don't know if you guys were able to hear me, but yeah, I've heard of Smith Mountain Lake, and I've heard of people taking charters and stuff out there. I feel like anytime you need to take a charter, it's not an easy lake to fish. So I've kind of stayed away from Smith Mountain Lake, but I'll definitely look into Moomaw because I'm definitely looking for some new lakes to fish. But if you didn't hear me earlier, this is the big fella box, stuffed full of all kinds of stuff. This is last month's winner's box. He actually claimed it. I actually need to go ahead and get this mailed off to him so he can start enjoying this stuff. But I have a Jordan Lee Abu Garcia reel that I'm giving away with January's big fella box. So yeah, definitely go ahead and head on over and enter that, and you'll for a chance to win that. I haven't figured out if I'm going to do I'm going to do a big fella box giveaway. It might just be baits. I don't know if I'm going to give away a reel or anything like that at all. Yes, it is my latest video. I don't think I've posted any fishing content on Big Fella Outdoors, simply because everything is frozen. Like, but the right here underneath my feet, I'm actually my feet are sitting on some ice right now from all the snow that we've got. So all the lakes and rivers and stuff around here have been frozen. I haven't had a chance to fish. But yeah, it should be my latest video that you're looking for. J-Dub says Smith Mountain Lake is so dirty and crowded. The people are not nice. Take a boat to move on if you have one. It's really deep. Yeah, I do have a boat. I have a fiberglass 14 footer. So yeah, I'll definitely take that out there. I have a Minn Kota Tarova, I think, iPilot. So I'll definitely take that out there, mark me some spots, and use the anchor mode and sit on top of fish and try to catch them. Yeah, you probably will see a video from me probably next weekend. My wife, I posted a thing on Facebook. You know those things where you see on Facebook all the time. It says if your wife doesn't see this for like an hour, she owes you a fishing rod. My wife, she actually took that serious. I had posted it and she didn't see it till like 3 or 4 hours later. So she's taking me tomorrow to we're probably going to hit either Bass Pro Shop or Sportsman's Warehouse. And she's going to take me and buy me a fishing rod, and then we're going to go grab some dinner. I'll probably vlog that to put it on the Big Fella Outdoors channel, so you got that to look forward to. Um, but I do plan on getting out here and going fishing just as soon as I can find me some wet water. Everything is just like iced over. I think I have a picture here of the pond that I went. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That I went to. Here we go, right here. That lake. I was throwing rocks at it, and I couldn't. I get the ice to break to even try to, cast in a little hole. I took some night crawlers in hopes to try to catch some fish, and I couldn't. I get the ice to break. Jada says, take a look at my community tab. I have pictures of the snowy mountains. I definitely will. There's something about the mountains. When I was going to college out there, I always loved the fall time and the winter time. Things look so beautiful out there. It was definitely picturesque. So I'll definitely hop over there and take a look. I'll be honest with you guys. This was my first joint live show. I think it went really, really well. I was kind of nervous about the controls. As you guys saw, I accidentally kicked Jeff off of the screen for a little bit, but I was able to bring him back. So I'm still getting used to the controls with having a couple people in here. Who knows? I might be able to get like Jeff and a couple other people from Nico Bates on here as well, and we just have a big old party on here. Yeah, so I believe y'all got hit with the snowstorm. It missed y'all. Yeah, I ended up getting, I think it was like 8 inches of snow a few weeks ago. I mean, I'll take this off here for a second. Like, as you can see, like here at my feet, I'm literally like standing on. Well, I can't say I'm standing, but that's snow on my feet. My backyard is somewhat still covered in snow. Um, I think they called it a polar vortex that we ended up getting. I think the highest temperature I've seen this week was today, 40 degrees. Um, Obviously it didn't melt much because I'm still sitting on snow. But I think in the next week coming, it's supposed to be up in the 50s. So I'm glad I missed you guys, especially out there in the mountains, because I've dealt with those mountain roads and all the hairpin turns and the switchbacks and all that stuff. Yeah, driving that in the snow, it's not fun. Man. Yeah, I was at our repeater site yesterday at Ingalls Airfield. It had 24 inches of snow. Ingalls, and is that West Virginia? I feel like I've heard of Ingalls somewhere before, but and I want to say it was West Virginia. 24 inches of snow, though. That's man. Ingalls. A1 Fisher said, "What am I sipping on? I am sipping on Crown Royal Blackberry. Yeah, this has quickly become one of my favorites. Because that I can actually drink straight without any chaser or anything like that. The flavor on it is I love it. Especially when I paired it with I had a vanilla cigar earlier. I paired it with that and it was a pleasant experience. So no, Ingalls is in Bath County. It's the highest airport east of the Mississippi River. Oh, okay. So I think that's why I've heard of it. Okay. So yeah, I like that one. And the peach. I don't think I've had the peach one. And me and Jeff were talking about moonshine on here earlier, the Smoky Mountain ones. I think we both ended up liking the same flavors. Um, the orange cream one, I think he said he liked the orange cream one. I think it's like a dreamsicle flavor. Um, I liked that one, but when I drank it, I felt like it should have been close to frozen or really, really cold. And that one would have like set it off for me because I am a dreamsicle fan. I'm actually toying with a recipe for a dreamsicle cheesecake. Once I get that tweaked, I'm gonna make a video on the Simple Life of Big Fella for that. So I'm looking forward to getting that recipe right so I can get that out there. Cheetah said Ingalls is really popular with the military. Okay, so I got you. Sugarland Moonshine, the butterscotch flavor is dangerous. They call it the baby maker. It works. I am if I were to pick one of the most favorite flavors I like is butterscotch anything. Like so I'm pretty sure I would be a fan of that. But I don't need to be making no more babies. Like a lot of people ask me because I have an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old, and then I have a 10-year-old, and everybody asks me like, "Man, you got adult children now, but you started over and you got a 10-year-old now." So everybody asks me about that. So I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, yeah, it happens. I don't need to be making no more babies though." Jason J Dub said, "I don't drink anymore, but 7 years ago it did work." Jada said he's going MIA for a second to leave a video, a comment on the video. I'm assuming the contest video. Yeah, absolutely, go for it, man. Definitely enter for a chance. I do them every single month, so if you don't win, just keep looking for the videos every single month, and hopefully one day you'll win. I've had people win multiple times. I've actually had one subscriber win 1 month, and then turn around in the next month. They ended up winning again. That was pretty cool. But yeah, Jada said I don't drink anymore. The only time I really do drink is when I do the lives. I'll have a drink to like kick back and start the weekend. But I'll also drink when I have cookouts. Jada said, "Have you fished the Rappahannock River? I grew up in what is that? Ononcock, Virginia. We used to shoot across the bay and go fish the mouth of the Rappahannock, going past Tanger. I know exactly where you're talking about. Um, all the I think you said you like to fish for flounder and stuff like that. I think I've heard about a lot of good flounder caught out there. Some rockfish, drum, you name it. It's probably out there in the mouth." And that's one thing I would love to get is a pontoon boat or something that can handle the rivers more efficiently than what I have now. I have a 14-foot Champion bass boat. It doesn't have a gas motor on it. All I have is the electric trolling motor on it, so I can't really get too far up and down the river like I really want to. It came with a gas motor, but it ended up having compression issues. So I just ended up taking it off, and I was going to save up to get another gas motor, but other stuff happened with the family, so I took care of that first. But that Champion bass boat with the electric motor, since Virginia, like the ponds and lakes and stuff, only they require like electric motors. That boat does perfectly fine for that. So I just kept it the way it is. I'm eventually going to end up buying something like a pontoon boat to handle the Rappahannock and the Potomac, and I'll get out there and catch some of the saltwater species that I've been dying to go after. Um, Even some of the bigger catfish as well. J-Dub said I take my bass boat out in the bay sometimes. It's fun, but can get dangerous. It's a small boat for the bay. Yeah, I'm nervous to take. I'll take my boat out on the river, but what I'll do is I'll stay close to the shoreline and I'll troll up to where I want to go. If I want to cross the river, I'll make a straight beeline across the river and fish from that bank. But I try to avoid the middle of the river with this boat because I can't move as fast as everyone else. Like I said, I grew up on the shore and got moved to the mountain state trooper kid. Oh, so you moved around kind of like not a military or brat per se, but very, very similar with being a state trooper. Um yeah, I've heard about how much they've had to move around. A1 Fishing said, I think saltwater species are better fishing because they of the fight they give, but I love my freshwater fish. I fish both. Saltwater fishing for me, I'll saltwater fish if I'm looking to stock the freezer, especially because catfish and rockfish and stuff like that. I mean, fresh. I'll stock my freezer with freshwater fish too, but mainly like crappie and bluegill and panfish. But yeah, I think it's hard to pick between the two for me anyway. J Dub said, sorry, my eyes are watering. Doesn't the Rappahannock have barges on it? I was an Army bred as well. Dad did 27 years, was activated in '05. I spent a lot of time at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I'm not sure how many barges they have on it, but um, me and a friend of mine took our kayaks off of the Rappahannock one day and hit this creek. I think if you look at it on Google Maps, I think it's called Massaponax Creek. We took we took it back our kayaks back in that creek one day, and sightseeing and fishing and whatnot, and we saw like a structure, and this part of the creek it actually travels up near a neighborhood, I think in like the New Post area, and some people are walking the trail and they asked us if we saw the sunken barge. And me thinking, I was like, "Oh, is that what that was back there?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's a barge that came back. I forget what year they said it was, but it was a barge that went back, tried to go back in that creek some years ago, and it sunk back there. And you can actually see it. I have pictures, but I don't have them loaded into the StreamYard app. Maybe I'll show those next week on the live. But yeah, there's a sunken barge back there that you can like kind of paddle up close to it. But yeah, it's a sunken barge back there. I don't know if any barge is traveling anymore. At least in my neck of the woods, I'm pretty sure they do. On the other side of the freshwater saltwater line. Jada said, I would like to put my boat in east of Richmond and float to Norfolk. Man, that would be a really, really fun float. I'm sure you would catch all kinds of different species of fish through there. Um, I think you would have to like launch somewhere. You probably have to launch somewhere somewhat close to Tappahannock area. Uh, I feel like that would be from Tappahannock to Norfolk is a decent float, but yeah, I think that probably a good full day's worth of a float there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I do have that. I'm gonna go grab the Jordan Lee fishing reel that I'm giving away in the box. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna show you all that. Oh, here it is. I saw A1 was back, so I wanted to show him the reel that I was giving away. Yep, there it is right here. Pretty cool looking reel. It is a right-handed reel, so hopefully whoever wins this likes to fish that way. If not, I may keep this one for myself and order the left-handed one for whoever wins. It's so weird because they say if you're right-handed, you should use a left-handed retrieve, and I, I'm right-handed, but I prefer right-handed retrieve. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I am a right-handed. I'm right-handed, and I like a right-handed retrieve reel. J Dub said I've wanted to do a video on it for years now. Just got to get my wife to meet me. Yeah, that's if you launch and you say you wanted to launch in Richmond, just east of Richmond and float to Norfolk. So you would have to have her drop you in Richmond somewhere and meet you. Yeah. Jada said I'm right-handed and I love left-handed reel. See, I feel like most of the right-handed people are like that. Like I f- I'm not like, I don't pay attention to how other people fish, but I feel like the right-handed people love the left-handed reel because when I'm casting, I use my left hand to press the to release the line, and I'll cast, and then next thing you know, I'm switching hands to be able to reel right-handed. Excuse me, hiccups. A1 fishes. I don't use the bait cast. I haven't learned how. Man, when I tell you, like I thought I was going to struggle learning how to use a bait caster, but I watched a few videos. I think I followed Fluke Master on YouTube and watched his videos on how to use a bait caster. And man, oh man, sorry, my wife is up. Yeah, you owe me a fishing rod. she thumbs up at me. Tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait. um, yeah, I follow Fluke Master, and he showed me watching his videos. I've gotten extremely confident on fishing bait casters. I've tried to make a couple bait casting videos myself, but his videos are just top tier because he like his channel is mainly geared towards teaching people how to fish. So that's where I learned how to use bait casters from, and that's where I got my confidence from. Straight up said, "A1, the Shimano auto reels are nice." Oh yeah, those are the reels. You don't have to. I don't think you have to set a brake or the centrifugal brake or the other brake as well. I think that thing just like works right out of the box. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you said Shimano makes one. I think Abu Garcia makes one too. I haven't seen it in a while though. My ice ball is done for. Dude, I love my Shimano reels. Well worth the price. Do you have both spinning reels and bait caster Shimano reels? I had a Shimano. God, what was that thing? It was a spinning reel. I loved my Shimano reel, but I was fishing with it one day, and I set it down to grab a bait caster and fish with that for a while, and I left the Shimano reel leaned up against the picnic table and drove off. Forgot about it. I swear I was only gone for 15 minutes. I turned back around and that thing was gone. Somebody snagged it. A1 said it's cold enough out here to keep it cold. Yes, it is. J Dub said, spinning reels, I like Penn. Man, I love Penn too. Man, that's a good brand. I had the Penn Squadron. I think it was a medium heavy rod. I accidentally set that down. I left it too, and somebody took it. I'm like, man, somebody really likes the fishing the combination reels I'll be putting together because I like if I leave it, somebody steals it. And Jade said, I'm a buy once, cry once guy. Yes, I feel you on that. $21 degrees. A1 said it could be a cheap pole, they would steal it. Yeah, anything free, like somebody's gonna take it. Like I think that's part of the reason why I don't like really buying expensive combos or like expensive anything because I'm a forgetful person. Like if I set something down, I'll forget about it and leave it, and I'll go back for it and it's gone. So I think the most I've ever spent on a reel is like maybe $60 or a rod, about the same. So I don't buy expensive combos at all just for that reason. Plus, I am famous for um I'll put stuff in my shed or go to put it in the truck and I'll shut the tailgate and I'll break rod tips and all kind of stuff. So I'll get the Chairwood Berkeley's and I'll get stuff from Walmart all the time. It's just for that reason, because if I break it, I won't be as heartbroken. Jada said it's a different world where I'm at. My keys are in the truck with a lot of stuff in the back. Yeah, like out there, I feel safe. Like, I don't want to say safer, but I feel more confident. Like, if I accidentally leave something, like say I'll leave a rod like lean up against a tree out in the Shenandoah Valley, and I'll leave and forget about it for 30 minutes to come back. I feel like it'll still be there, out that way, if as opposed to where I'm at now in King George. Although where my house is in King George, like I feel like I can leave my vehicles unlocked all the time and nobody will mess with them. But if I go down the street, I live not too far from Dahlgren Naval Base. If I were to go to the Walmart or something like that, I'll lock my truck up because somebody will go inside there and try to have their way with all my stuff. Jada said I was playing on a repeater out in the Shenandoah Valley earlier. Elliott Mountain repeater. It's right near JMU. Okay. Yeah, I've when I went to Bridgewater, JMU was the school that we partied at, and I've never had any issue at JMU or Bridgewater whatsoever. I feel like that's a really, really, really good area. Um, Left the car unlocked a bunch of times, and nobody touched my CDs or anything in the car. So I was pretty impressed with that. A1 Fishing said, I put down my bucket with minnows in it with the aerator running, and pulled off forgetting it, went back for it, and they only took the aerator out of it, left the minnows in the bucket. Man, that's a picky thief. Only taking the aerator and not taking the minnows. You'd think they would have took the whole bucket and then like maybe separated the aerator later if that's all they were looking for. But I mean, I guess minnows aren't that expensive, so I can't really say good thing that I left the minnows because the excuse me, the minnows aren't all that expensive, but the aerator and the bucket, I had one of those, and I forget how much I paid for it, but I'd be upset if somebody stole the bucket too. Jada said, "See, my wife went to West Virginia University, and Marshall University would always come up to party with them." Marshall University. Okay, so it's probably a similar situation like Bridgewater and JMU. Bridgewater was at the time when I went there. I'm pretty sure it still is, but it was a Church of the Brethren school, and it was a dry campus. So if you wanted to drink or party or anything like that, you had to go to JMU. Sorry, I'm trying to eat my big buddy heater. It's really chilly out here. I always tell the story. Like when I was in college at Bridgewater, I think I accidentally started the concept for like Uber and Lyft and stuff like that because I was a professional designated driver. When I was in college, I didn't drink or anything like that. So what my job was to get all my friends and stuff that did drink to JMU so they could party. They would tell me what parties they would want to hit beforehand. I would, map it out. I would take to all the different parties and let them drink, and I would be remain sober. They would pay me gas money and with a little bit extra. And at the end of the night, we would always hit McDonald's, and they would pay for my food, and then we would go back to our dorm room and play Call of Duty. That's how I made my little chump change in college. So I feel like I'm responsible for creating the concept for Uber and Lyft. So like every time I see like Uber and Lyft, I'm like, I created that. J-Dub said, I spent a lot of time out in Radford University in Roanoke Way. They tried to get me to go to Roanoke. I'm like, that's kind of far from Bridgewater. I don't want to go out there. But I'm definitely familiar with the area. A1 Fisher said that was a nice little hustle. It definitely was because like I said, they paid for all my food and gas and gave me a little extra money on top. So and I got to party with them, so it was definitely fun and it was a nice little hustle. At the time, I was driving a 2000 Chevy Cavalier, so it was really good on gas too. So yeah, it definitely was. It wasn't a waste of money. Like them giving me gas money, it was mostly profit. Yeah. Well, you guys, it is almost midnight. Looks like we've been live for a little over 2.5 hours now. So I think I am going to go ahead and end the live show now. It was definitely a blast hanging out with you guys. It was great having Jeff on here. Let him talk about Nico Bates and stuff. I got me some notes that I've been texting myself from this one to that one. So I'm going to be ordering some stuff, and he'll be sending me some stuff as well. So I can't wait to get out on the water and fish with it. I can't. I'm hoping me and him can come to some sort of arrangement where we go live together once or twice a month. But if you have not subscribed to his YouTube channel, definitely search him up, Pond Predator Nation on YouTube and Facebook. But go ahead, also hop on over to Nico Bates and give them a follow. Follow Pond Predator Nation on Facebook as well. Like he paints some really really nice stuff. As I was showing you before, all these things here. Um, Follow me on YouTube as well. Big Fella Outdoors if you're into hunting and fishing, and The Simple Life of Big Fella if you want to follow me for recipes and vlogs and stuff like that. I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel called "We Have Blank at Home." The concept behind that is when I was growing up, I would ask my mom, like, "Hey, can we go to Burger King?" She was like, "Oh, we got Burger King at home." And she'll go home and cook us up a bomb burger. So I'm going to be recreating like some restaurant favorites. Here at home, trying to recreate them here. Just to see if I can do it. And sorry, my nose just kind of stopped up. Um, trying to recreate him. So if you would, please go follow me on The Simple Life of Big Fella, especially for recipes and stuff like that as well. But I really, really appreciate you guys joining the live and staying on for so long. I know it's kind of late. So I'm going to go ahead and go lay down so my wife can buy me a fishing rod tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. But you can join a live show every Friday. I usually go live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm actually thinking about starting to go live at 9 o'clock. It seems like I have more people join at 9. So I think I'll be changing the time to go live at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. That way we have a little more time and we'll be able to kick off the weekend a little bit earlier. So again, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit Pond Predator Nation as well. But I will see you guys next week on the live show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a good night.